Knee mount is a really interesting position. It doesn't really have much of an analog in other competitive grappling arts like judo or sambo or freestyle wrestling, but you do see it in old jiu-jitsu manuals. So maybe those guys way back then knew something that we don't today. But Brazilian jiu-jitsu uses it a fair bit. It's a double-edged sword. I'm going to be fairly high here. My center of gravity is higher and is less stable than the other pinning positions where I've got a lot of body-to-body contact. On the other hand, I'm putting a ton of pressure onto him. It's hard for him to breathe, and maybe he'll do something stupid and give me the submission. So that's typically how it's used, to put pressure on your opponent, to make him do something stupid, or as a transition to another position like mount. It's also worth noting that from a self-defense point of view, this is a really good position. If I'm here, I'm pinning him, I'm controlling his arm so he can't hit me in the groin, I'm making his life miserable, and I see 3 of his friends coming, I can disengage and run away pretty fast. Whereas if I went to another position that might even be better, like, I don't know, let's say rear mount here. I'm here, I'm in rear mount, I've almost got the choke, I've almost got him unconscious, and 3 of his friends come, and now he drives his weight back on top of me. It could take me a couple of seconds to disengage from here. You know, it would be an added step before I could bolt and run. So from a self-defense point of view, I think knee mount is really useful. Also, from an MMA point of view, this is probably the most powerful way that you can hit your opponent. Even more powerful than in mount, which we'll get to in a second. You can really drop a ton of weight down because you're so upright. So it's a very powerful position for putting weight onto your opponent and for hitting, and useful in a self-defense context too. So if he has me in knee mount, and he's being nice, he's not putting a lot of weight on me so I can still talk, I want to protect my neck. This is often the first thing that guys go for, is neck. So I want to keep my elbows in and protect here. It's almost like the Home Alone scream, you know, here. I also want to avoid doing several things. I don't want to put my hand on this knee, because as you see, he can go underneath it and go for an arm bar. He can lock on a figure 4 Kimura grip. No, I'll just grab the wrist. Yeah. Bad things happen. Also, if I push him here with my hand, with my right hand, he can just step over my head and take the arm bar. So, if I can't push here, and I can push here, what are my options? Well, I want to keep them in. If I do end up pushing there, I want to pop very, very quickly. I want to go here and then come back. If I leave the hand there, it'll get in trouble. Another option is I can push his belt with this hand and his knee with that hand. This is a lot safer than here. It doesn't feel as natural, but here I can keep him away and escape my hips out, and then he gets me in side mount. Now I go to my side mount escapes. One thing you can do to make it a little bit harder, come back to side mount please. If I know he wants knee mount, if I take this arm and I put it on his hip and I bring my knee up and I put my foot on my knee here, I can make it a bit more difficult for him to pop up and get to knee mount because I'm killing the space. He doesn't have as much room to get that knee mount. Go ahead please. All right, I can bring my knee up. Go away please. I can create a shield here along that side of my body, which to some extent protects me from the knee mount. So we've talked about what not to do. Here's some options that you can do if you are trapped in knee mount. The first, like I said, is I'm going to pop him in the belly with this hand. Straighten up please, just so I can see. Here, and in the knee here. It's not so much to push him off, but just to hold him here while I escape my hips out to the side. Now I should anticipate him coming to side mount, and I should move on to my side mount escape. I know he's going to get to side mount, so I should have my escape lined up even before he gets there. Another way to escape from knee mount, instead of pushing here and here, is to take this elbow and bring it to the outside of his knee. Go here. I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to, again, scoop my hips here. That usually leaves this hand here to grab the single leg. Now he's going to come to his knees, he's going to fight here, and even if Even if it takes me a minute of being in turtle before I get back to guard or take him down, at least I don't have all his weight on my belly crushing me. Another knee mount escape, and I'll show it from this side this time. Get your knee mount, please. Is to move this leg here, take the leg that's on my belly and force it down between my own knees. This depends a lot on his weight distribution. I want to get some weight off of here first, and I can do that either by bridging or by bumping him with my knee. I bump him, I bridge. If this foot comes off, I can grab it, and I can push it down into my half guard. We're here. If I'm comfortable in my half guard, I've just hugely improved my situation. As always, you're probably going to end up linking escapes. You're going to end up linking, trying to shove him into half guard, trying to force him into side mount, trying to turn out to a single leg and grab the knee. If you combine those, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, you'll eventually get out.